Hey Adam, how was your summer?
It was great, Ashlyn. How was yours?
COVID kind of ruined it, but still made the most out of it. So, what kind of coverage do you think our club should do this semester?
Well, let's check in with our members and see. What's going on, man?
The Arizona State men's golf team has some of the richest culture in NCAA history. They have 2 national team titles, 13 top 10 finishes, and alumni that have shined in the PGA Tour. Some of ASU's alumni include Chez Reavie, Paul Casey, and the legend Phil Mickelson. Now, although the Sun Devils have had many great golfers, none of them have reached #1 until Jon Rahm claimed it late July in the Memorial Tournament. It wasn't easy for Rahm to jump to the top of the podium, but he stood there for almost 1 month. He was challenged a few times while being #1, but thanks to his 66-foot putt, he proved he was here to stay. Now that putt had a 2% chance of making it, but it placed Rahm in national headlines and somewhere no Sun Devil has ever been. Now since then, Rahm finished 2nd in the 2020 FedEx Tour and also runner-up for PGA Golfer of the Year. Now after me trying to make that putt and walking 66 feet, is it amazing how far Rahm has come from Phil Mickelson's shadow to where a Sun Devil has never been at #1. Just out golfing. Can't spell golfing. Bam.
What a clutch putt that was. Hey Adam, have you posted the freshman welcome on the Facebook page yet?
Yeah, Ashlyn, I actually just did.
Inferno Intel? They sound cool. Maybe I should do something for them. The Pac-12 Conference announced Thursday that they have entered into an agreement with diagnostic test leader Quidel Corporation to implement daily testing for COVID-19 for student athletes across all campuses for all close contact sports. Student athletes will be tested frequently in order to combat the spread of the coronavirus among its sports programs. The conference postponed sports for the fall, citing the need for more adequate testing. Well, this agreement addresses that major concern. Pac-12 Commissioner Larry Scott said in a press release Thursday, quote, "This is a major step toward the safe resumption of Pac-12 sport competitions. The availability of a reliable test that can be administered daily with almost immediate results addresses one of the key concerns that was expressed by our medical advisory committee, as well as by student athletes and coaches. At the same time, our partnership with Quidel will provide crucial research data that will benefit our members' communities as well as the entire country," end quote. Obviously, this is a huge step in the right direction for the conference, as it will ensure faster result times as well as quicker contact tracing to slow the spread. This will help relieve the burden on local health facilities and authorities, helping to keep hospital capacity low. Testing machines and test kits should be delivered to each Pac-12 member school by the end of September. A return to athletics will have to be approved by local health officials from each school and each area in the conference. A key focus of the strategy will be to determine if testing before each practice and game can decrease the risk of spreading the virus amongst the teams. This is Michael Barabal reporting for Inferno Intel.
Man, we love to see new faces in the club.
Speaking of new faces from last year, let's see what Connor's up to.
I don't know, let's give him a call.
Hey, Adam. Doing good. I'm actually shooting a package out here at State Farm Stadium. You want to hear it? Okay, let's roll. The 2020 NFL season kicks off this week, and 2 former ASU Sun Devils are set to take the same field in their NFL debuts. I take a look at what we can expect from the 2 newest Sun Devils to go pro.
Heading into the 2019-2020 college football season, wide receiver Brandon Ayuk entered his 2nd season with the team after transferring from Sierra College. Ayuk set a standards high in 2019, doubling his stats from the previous season, from 474 receiving yards in 2018 to 1,092 receiving yards in 2019, 2nd in the Pac-12, and from 3 receiving touchdowns in 2018 to 8 receiving touchdowns in 2019. On the running side of things, running back Eno Benjamin racked up 1,083 rushing yards, 3rd in the Pac-12, and 10 rushing touchdowns in his junior year. Benjamin decided to declare for the NFL draft following the season after landing top 10 on the Arizona State's career list for rushing yards, touchdown attempts, and 100-yard games. With emotions high, the two entered into the NFL draft, and for the second straight year, a Sun Devil was picked in the first round. The San Francisco 49ers took wide receiver Brandon Ayuk off the board with the 25th overall pick. 2 days later, running back Eno Benjamin would be selected with the 222nd overall pick in the 7th round by the Arizona Cardinals. Now, months later, the two will take the same field in their NFL debuts.
The two will look to prove themselves this Sunday when the Arizona Cardinals take to the road to face the San Francisco 49ers at 1:25 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Reporting from Glendale, Arizona, Connor McGill, Inferno Intel.
I'll sure be tuning into that game this weekend.
We sure love our Sun Devils in the pros. NBA, NFL, it's great to succeed at the next level.
Speaking of basketball, have you heard from Ryan Blank in a while?
I haven't. We should shoot him an email to check in on him.
Oh wow, an email from Adam. I haven't heard from him in a while. Okay, so he wants to do a show. I'm already at a basketball court, so let's talk some Pac-12 basketball. So the Pac-12 became the second conference to postpone college basketball until the turn of the calendar year in January, joining the Ivy League. Now, since the NCAA has announced their start date for November 25th, the Pac-12 is open to reconsidering and joining the rest of the nation. But there are a few factors before the Pac-12 even thinks about it. The two factors revolve around COVID-19. The first one is that they need to see a demographic of community-wide spreading take a huge hit and go down, and they need testing to where they can get results within 24 hours to make sure there are no asymptomatic players on the court during the game. The Pac-12 does have a shorter window than people would imagine to get this done because there's a 6-week ramp-up period with 4 weeks of practice and 2 weeks of strength and conditioning before the season can start. Larry Scott and the Pac-12 have to make a decision soon, or the Pac-12 will have to wait for basketball until the turn of the calendar year.
It was so great to hear back from Ryan. I think that's everyone that we're supposed to have on this week, right?
No, wait. I just got a Twitter DM from Abby. There's a video. Let's check it out.
Welcome to my hot corner, literally my corner of the parking garage here in downtown Phoenix. Today we're going to talk about 5 of the top recruits that ASU landed as part of their 2020 class. The first one is a name that a lot of people were very excited about, and that's Diamante Traynham. He's a running back from Akron, Ohio. He led his high school team to 3 state titles and was, definitely highly recruited. Actually had official visits with ASU, Wisconsin, Ohio State, and Penn State. Decided to come to ASU and actually has pretty much his entire family moving out here with him, so they can all be close and, enjoy watching him play football. But the next running back is Daniel Nagata. He's from Folsom High School in California. He actually turned down an offer from Alabama to come play for Herm Edwards at ASU, so that's a pretty major pickup for the Sun Devils. But I actually saw a player comp for him, and he was compared to Christian McCaffrey, the running back for the Carolina Panthers. So that would be pretty big if ASU has a running back that could put up similar numbers to what Christian did when he was at Stanford. Elijah Badger is another recruit coming to ASU this year. He's a wide receiver also from Folsom High School, so him and Nagata played together. He also had a ton of offers coming out of high school, but actually only visited ASU, and he committed during the Under Armour All-American game in January and said that part of his decision to come here was the culture that Herm Edwards has built in Tempe. So that's a very good sign for the program and the direction that they're kind of headed in. Everyone's going to know this name once I say it, but Chad Johnson Jr. is another wide receiver that ASU picked up in this recruiting class. He actually only had 4 offers because he committed so early in his high school career. He committed as a sophomore at Cathedral High School in LA to come to ASU. So obviously his dad is NFL All-Pro wide receiver, Chad Johnson. So if he can put up, numbers even half as good as his dad did, then ASU's probably in good shape for this season. But finally, we have one last wide receiver, Johnny Wilson from Calabasas High School in California. He's actually a 6'7" wide receiver, so he's very highly recruited coming out of high school. He had 38 total offers from every major football program that you can possibly think of. He actually only visited ASU in Oregon and was originally committed to Oregon and decommitted last December after having additional conversations with Prentice Gill and Antonio Pierce. So we're excited to have him in Tempe too. And that's it for this episode of Hot Corner, and we'll see you next time for some great takes on ASU athletics.
Man, that 2021 football recruiting class is sure looking good.
They sure are. Should we pencil in our next meeting for about 2 weeks?
Yeah, sounds like a plan. And you can check out the show on Twitter at Inferno Intel and at infernointel.com.
Well, thank you. I'll see you later.
All right, see ya.